This is the Simulation Football League, presented by 8 p.m. Music, live on Twitch and live from downtown Atlanta. Week 2 of the SFL rolls on with what promises to be another fantastic matchup. The Atlanta Swarm set to avenge their quarterfinal exit from Season 17 as they rematch with the Arizona Scorpions. Good evening, folks. I'm Tyler Falk. Welcome into the Hive here in Atlanta, Georgia. I am joined by a duo of Mark Mello and Mark Chisholm in the stats truck. And of course, cannot forget my partner, Brett Solberg here in the booth. Brett, glad to have you with me here in the booth in week 2. Let's have some fun tonight.
Yeah, I feel bad for you, Tyler, because the first game you had like a wealth of knowledge beside you and Eddie Gage, and now you have to deal with a well of crappy jokes such as myself. But nonetheless, we got this amazing Week 2 matchup between two teams that looked strong and a little bit suspect at the same time. Both were having some problems in their own aspects. So the real key to this game, Tyler, I feel, is who is going to play the full 44 minutes of football between these two teams. What do you think?
And I think that's exactly the right way to look at it, especially when you look at Ashley Jackson at quarterback for Arizona. Last week, she had no passing touchdowns, yet she was one of 3 quarterbacks to go through a slump in week 1. However, she's the only one of those 3 quarterbacks to come out with a victory, led by 3 rushing touchdowns from DJ Moses.
Yeah, and that was huge for them. As for Atlanta, you saw Bryant Dynasty only throw for 1 touchdown, which we're so used to him throwing, 3 or 4 a game. So we're going to have to see which one of these quarterbacks is going to step up for their respective teams.
Atlanta in all blue, Arizona in white tops, red bottoms. Atlanta will kick it away to get us going here from the Hive. And he boots it downfield for TJ Punk, standing near his own 2-yard line. Punk is going to try and make a return out of the far side, and Punk tries to stiff arm man, but eventually is taken down a couple yards shy of the 30, maybe at the 28-yard line, as Ashley Jackson leads her troops out of the field for her first drive of the ball game.
Yeah, and she still did pretty well in her last week, converting 29 of her 38 passes for 303 yards. So it wasn't like she was having a completely average game. It was still pretty good. So we'll have to see if she follows up this week.
Play action to start the ball game. Ashley Jackson looking for the out route. It is tipped, incomplete, as she was trying to find the third-string tight end, Jalen Gage.
Yeah, and it seemed to be just maybe a little bit too long on that fake handoff, maybe playing it a little bit too well. Maybe a bit of stage play is in the future for Ashley Jackson on this one. But a good job by the outside linebacker, Cree Higgins, to deflect that pass away.
Jackson looks to throw on second down as well, over the middle, caught, first down yardage and more for one of the newcomers, Ryan Owens, who takes the place of one of the Hands brothers who left the club in the offseason rather unexpectedly, it must be said.
And didn't see too much action last week with only 3 receptions for 34 yards, but a good start for Owens here as he gets some first down yardage and a move of the chains for the Scorpions.
Shotgun formation now for Arizona. Jackson looks to throw on the third straight play. Pass far side, caught by rookie fullback Toronto Rivera, as we'll introduce you to the rest of the Scorpion lineup. Ashley Jackson, the quarterback. DJ Moses, the halfback, with Toronto Rivera, rookie signing from San Jose in the most recent draft. Ryan Owens, Connor Weston, TJ Bunk are the wide receivers. Jay Hayden, Will Todd, the tight ends. And 3 linemen lead the men of the trenches. That'd be Patrick Kelly, Sean Crooked, and EJ DeQ. Another pass here for Ashley Jackson, near side, caught by DJ Moses, spinning up the field. Gets about 8-9 yards down inside Atlanta territory at the 48-yard line.
Well, those desperation tackles there from a joint group of Aquantis Shine and Diamond Blackwell to prevent Moses from getting that first down yardage. So great job to force a third down, but we know how well third down is for Arizona.
Jackson looks to throw. Far side, Rivera is going to get the first down to the 45-yard line, brought down by Cree Higgins as we introduce the Atlanta Swarm defense. Chris Porter, Leo Jefferson, BRV, Billy Ray Valentine, and Joshua Williams are on the defensive line. Aquana Shine is the middle linebacker, flanked by Cree Higgins and Diamond Blackwell. 4 corners, Jack Napier, Don Fletcher, Jay Rock, and Jay Miraculous. And 2 safeties, Moose Papanow and Chris Henry. Split backfield will be the first carry of the ball game for DJ Moses as he picked up a trio of touchdowns a week ago. He's taken down after only picking up a yard by Jay Miraculous.
Yeah, and it seemed like Moses was trying to stutter step and try to guess the right way for Miraculous to go on the opposite direction, but this time Miraculous guesses right and stops Moses on his tracks for only 1 yard.
Empty backfield on second down. Jackson looks over the middle. That is caught for first down yardage and plenty more. A gain of about 20 there for TJ Punk.
Yeah, it just seems like a miscommunication on the safeties there as Punk goes post to the middle of the field and just had wide open space for Jackson to throw, and it was just a very easy catch as you see all the safeties and corners basically rushing in afterwards after they see that throw occur, and it was just too little too late for that secondary as Arizona gets yet another first down.
We'll go back to the shotgun. 2 backs on either side of Jackson and 2 wide receivers to the near side of your picture. Jackson, corner route, near side, tipped, incomplete. Fantastic coverage provided by Jack Napier, who nearly came away with the pick.
Yeah, I'm liking the direction Ashley Jackson's going so far in this drive, as she was very favorable on only 2 receivers during the last game, as we saw Connor Weston with 8 receptions and Will Todd with 6. But this time we're seeing a lot of Ryan Owens and TJ Punk so far in this drive.
Wide receivers stay out in the formation, both off to the left, opposite eye behind Jackson. They'll go with Moses on the ground. He spins out of a tackle. Shimmy shakes another one, and he is into the barn. Touchdown, DJ Moses. Fantastic. And Arizona take an early lead.
And how does 4 touchdowns in 2 games already sound for DJ Moses, as he basically turned a nothing into something out of that one, as he, with a nice spin move, to deke around one defender, jukes by another, and had breathing room on the sidelines to get to the end zone. Number 4 for him, and an early lead for these Scorpions.
And maybe Chris Henry's injury from a week ago was maybe limiting him to try and pick up the tackle on DJ Moses. He was the final line of defense, and Moses put him in the I almost want to say the twilight zone, because he broke his ankles. High snap corral, kick is on its way. It's up and good from Cliff Allen. 7-0 the score as the Scorpions drive down the field for an impressive opening drive. 9 plays, 70 yards all told, culminating with that 23-yard running scamper from DJ Moses.
Well, you know what happens if you send someone to the twilight zone. You have to start off every sentence with "picture, if you will."
Yes. Let's go. Back to the Twilight Zone. Let's see if he can come out of the Twilight Zone next time he's on the field, as Allen sends it downfield once again. And on the return is Ryan Roosevelt. He's going to try and make him miss, but is pushed to the turf rather rudely. On come the Swarm offense, led by Bryant Dynasty. Touchdown last week. And also 2 interceptions, like we were talking about beforehand. A little bit of Jekyll and Hyde last week for Bryant Dynasty.
Yeah, and he needs to keep those interceptions at bay and make sure that he's throwing efficient passes all game.
Start out with 3 wide receivers. Dynasty over the middle. Threads the needle perfectly as Arizona sent the blitz, and it's good first down. Pickup of about 11 yards, complete to Ryan Roosevelt as we get you caught up on the Atlanta Swarm offensive starters. Bryant Dynasty, the quarterback. BDG Hollywood, the halfback. Mitchell O'Brien, the fullback. Honest Adobe, Cease Falco, Boo Chisholm, and Ryan Roosevelt, the wideouts. DG Bandit and Jamal Wooding are the tight ends. And far side. BDG on his first carry is taken down from behind the line of scrimmage. Getting in the backfield in a hurry was Joey Tropicana.
Yeah, squeezing the orange out of BDG on that tackle there. It looked like right away the Atlanta offensive line, as well as the fullback. I saw Mitchell O'Brien go up ahead. It looked very promising as they had some really good blockers, but Tropicana finds his way around and still gets to BDG.
Weak guy heavy set. They go with BDG to the far side. Blocker in front of him. BDG gets hung up on his fullback O'Brien, and that maybe stifles the run a bit. Only about 8.5, maybe 9 yards on the run.
Yeah, it was a very carbon copy kind of play that was called by Atlanta's offense. Again, they did the same thing. It was a stretch run to the right, just follow the blocker, which in this case, the lead blocker was again Mitchell O'Brien. This time they get 8 or 9 on that.
They'll flip the formation and maybe look to that same play once again here on 3rd and short. Indeed they will. Near side, BDG. Just short. Excellent open field tackle by Everett Garrison. It's 4th and maybe a couple pieces of paper.
Yeah, there'll be a couple ripped pieces of paper, I'd say. Just an excellent, just desperation. You can see the arms just trying to grab BDG down as he was trying to just prevent that first down marker from being surpassed there. Just amazing.
Punt's nearly blocked on 4th and inch. Surprised they didn't try and go for it on 4th down, and TJ Punk is able to try and make a return back to the 19-yard line as Arizona will have another chance to put some more points up on the board after their first drive of the ball game was rather successful.
Yeah, and Eddie Gage is going to be very pleased with that first defensive drive for Arizona. We all know him as essentially a defensive guru. He loves talking about like robber threes and stuff like that. The only robbers I know is from banks, so he's definitely more knowledgeable than me on that aspect.
Possibly new assistant head coach Jay Hayden might be helping out a little bit as the handoff goes up the middle for no gain as Moses couldn't part the blue sea and taken down right there in the line of scrimmage. Cree Higgins again on the tackle.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of linebacking involvement from Atlanta's defense as the 3-star linebackers combined for 16 tackles last week in their win against Denver.
3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Jackson looks for the short drag route that is caught by Owens, and Owens picks up maybe 2. Higgins again on the tackle, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Yeah, so far, 2 very conservative plays by Arizona here. They know that they have the early lead there, and they kind of maybe want to just keep that momentum on their side a little bit. So this 3rd down, they're going to need 8 yards after only getting 2 from their first 2 plays.
Big 3rd down. Arizona come out with 5 wide receivers. Jackson to throw, looking deep over the middle into coverage, tipped and nearly caught by Connor Weston. However, it does fall incomplete, and it's a quick 3 and out for the Scorpions.
And it looked like Chris Henry was looking to grab that ball again there. But the big key here for Atlanta's defense is going to have to limit the 3rd down conversions from Arizona. The Scorpions were 13 of 16 last week, just uber efficient on those 3rd downs. And right now they've had them started 1 for 2.
Punts away from Ryan Garcia. Roosevelt's just going to call for a fair catch at the 44-yard line. If you're new to the SFL, the Simulation Football League combines traditional sports, esports, and a role-playing game into one. Team strategies are being executed in real time by our simulations as real-life players compete on the virtual gridiron. For more information about the SFL, visit our website at simulationfl.net. The SFL, we put the fan in fantasy. Atlanta's going to start this drive on their own 44 with 3 wide receivers near side. Dynasty is going to look to throw in that direction. Caught plenty of room to work for Siege Falco, and Siege Falco will pick up 1st down yardage on the first play from scrimmage.
And the old SFL patented out route occurs the first time in this game and finds Siege Falco on a very nice throw from Dynasty. The big key for quarterbacks is you gotta throw it to that wide receiver on an out route as soon as the cut happens, so you can give enough space on the sideline for them to run. And we saw that there as Falco had about a good yard or 2 of space between him and the sidelines to get that 1st down.
And the cawing continues to echo, not just here in the Hive, but also in Twitch chat. Shotgun set. Dynasty, pressure in his face. He's able to find Falco for the 2nd pass. He's going to pick up another 1st down, and down to the 30-yard line goes Siege Falco. He is flying across the field in the past 2 plays.
Yeah, and Arizona looked to bring 7 to the line on that play, which gave Dynasty a very short time to throw that ball. Thankfully, Falco found himself open on that cross route and a lot of space ahead of himself for once again another 1st down.
Power eye set here for Atlanta. Inside Arizona territory, Dynasty 5-step looks for BDG out of the backfield. BDG spins by one, is eventually taken down after a pickup of 4 as we introduce you to the Scorpion defense. DD Sachs, Alex Constantine, Hunter Norwood, and Mark Mello are the defensive linemen, with Joey Tropicana and Sean Moore at linebacker. Iverson Gamble, Parker Thomas, and Everett Garrison are the corners, with Eddie Gage and Shot Allen at the safety spots. A single back formation here for the Swarm. Handoff BDG, far side. He cannot get past Joey Tropicana, and he is continuing to put a squeeze on this running game.
Yeah, and it's just great play recognition from Joey Tropicana right away to notice that they were going to run the football here on the second down. And Tropicana, he's got deceptive speed. He's deceptively fast off that jump and got to BDG right where he needed to and get that loss.
Bump coverage from the corners here as Atlanta goes 3 wide. Dynasty to throw, pressure coming, fires over the middle to no one in particular, and it's incomplete. And that's going to bring on the field goal unit for Atlanta.
And we're going to see the first instance of Sammy Steele, which at this point needs a field goal here to get to 75 in his career. So we'll see if this one will make it through for him, which is going to be from around 42, if I'm not mistaken.
42, 42 and a half, maybe 43. We'll get the official measurement if it goes through for Sammy Steele. He was 3 of 3 last week, long of 45. Snap spot, kick is up, and it is good from Sammy Steele. And there's number 75 on his career. Atlanta within 4 points after the field goal.
Yeah, and after their first drive was kind of a little bit flat, it's good to have that second drive at least come out with some points to say, you know what, we do have a fairly deadly offense to really worry about. And now it's going to be all in the response of Arizona's offense again after they were forced to punt their football away. So we're going to have to see how this works.
6 plays, 29 yards from the Swarm offense, culminating with Sammy Steele's 75th field goal of his career. He's going to send this one down to TJ Punk, who stands about 2 yards out of his own end zone. And he's going to be taken down about a couple yards outside the 20, down to the 22-yard line. And so Arizona's offense comes to work again. They were forced off the field after just 3 plays last time out. Let's see if they can make any improvement.
Yeah, and I think the big key here is I think the first play you got to go with DJ Moses to kind of set the momentum here, as they have a lot bunched up on the line already.
Come out with a heavy set line, and linebackers make a couple of adjustments. Jackson looks far side. That is caught. Good gain of about 9 before they're ushered out of bounds. I believe that is Jay Hayden, the tight end, with the reception. Indeed it is.
And not normally you see a tight end along with a running back on behind the quarterback, but they decided to go with a double flats, it looks like, and Hayden was the more open of the two, a little bit ahead as well, which gave him a little bit of space to run as well, which is a very successful first down play.
They'll flip the formation and run it back. This time Atlanta stacked the box with 9 men in the box. They go with DJ Moses through the middle. He'll pick up the first down to the 35-yard line before being wrapped up by Chris Henry.
And it was a nice job by the offensive line to just push enough space for Moses just to cross that first down line. And I think that was just the whole point of that play, was just to get first down yardage, and Moses gave it to him.
Another handoff for Moses, who went outside, then cuts back inside and back to the outside. He picks up a first down. Easy pickup, about 10 yards. At least you say that he made it look easy in that.
Absolutely. I believe Eddie would call it maybe shucking and jiving to a first down with the way he was moving around. But nonetheless, it's all about recognition of where the defenders are and where your offensive linemen are going to give you that space. And it just happened to be a serpentine pattern, and still got him the first down.
Running game continues to be fantastic for Arizona early on in this young season. DJ Moses closing in on 40 yards here in the first quarter. Pass outside for DJ Moses. He turns upfield, taken down after a pickup about 3 yards. Tackle made by Jay Miraculous. And they're just outside the 50-yard line with under a minute left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, they're very heavily relying on that running game so far. We saw the pass earlier to Jay Hayden, but we've seen a lot of DJ Moses with these swing passes and a lot of these runs.
8 men in the box to try and stop the run. Offside eye behind Ashley, and Ashley hands it off for Moses to the far side. DJ Moses with a nice run picks up 15 yards on the play.
And there was a huge block on that far left side of the field to give Moses that space for that first down. As you can see, 22 there. That is going to be Rivera on a very nice block to give Moses the space that he needed to get that first down. So great job by everybody on there on the blocks.
Just 11 yards on that last run for Moses. As they're going to hurry back to the line, and Moses already around 50 yards on the ground today. Just keep feeding him the rock. Moses through the middle, taken down from behind, picks up 2, and that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter. Scorpions out in front here in Atlanta, 7-3 scoreline. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by 8 PM Music, right here on Twitch. Welcome back to the Hive here in Atlanta. I'm Tyler. I've got a spare Ivy hat in my pocket. Falk alongside Brett Solberg here in the booth. Glad you could join us. Jackson's pass to the far side. That's for DJ Moses. And Moses with a nice spin move to get out of the tackle from Jack Napier and find extra yardage for the first down.
Yeah, we've seen it a couple times with BDG on their offensive side, but this time Moses gets a very nice spin move, which was the separation between not a first down and a first down, essentially, as once that spin happened, he crossed the boundary.
Offset single back behind Ashley Jackson. She'll look to throw and look to DJ Moses' way to the near side. Moses fights for extra yardage, but is taken down after a 9-yard pickup. And he'll go no further as the tackle is made by Moose Papineau.
Yeah, and like we said earlier, this entire drive has essentially just been what can DJ Moses give us? And right now he's gotten you inside the red zone and threatening again for another first down.
7 consecutive plays that DJ Moses had his number called. Jackson, pressure coming, and it just fires it to the turf. As the pressure from Joshua Williams was enormous, and it brings up third down.
That was almost an unexpected possible sack from Joshua Williams. Their offensive lineman counterpart did a very good job just trying to prevent anything from happening, but Williams has just that elite strength that'll just push him towards the quarterback as much as he can.
From the 19-yard line. Jackson to throw, pressure coming, she's taken down behind the line, loss of about 6, and it's big. That's BRV, Billy Ray Valentine with the sack.
Yeah, point your thumbs to your head and say BRV. I'm pretty sure that's copyrighted anyway, so don't follow my instructions. But nonetheless, a great job pursuing the football once again by this defensive line. This time, Billy Ray Valentine gets to Jackson, and now Arizona's going to have to force a field goal opportunity here from what looks to be 42 as well.
42-yarder, right smack dab middle of the hash marks. As Allen hit from along a 46 last week, was also 3 of 3 and continues his perfect season as he knocks it home. 10-3 now your score line. Arizona with a 7-point advantage here on the road.
And we got trading field goals for these two teams now, as Sammy Steele made one, and now we see Cliff Allen with this 42-yarder, essentially both the same length of field to kick it for both these kickers. So a little bit of one-upsmanship going on between these special teams players.
Allen's going to get us going again as he puts his boot through the ball down for Ryan Roosevelt to try and make a return. And he tried to cut near his side, but the hands team for Arizona, or the coverage team for Arizona, just read that return really rather well, and Atlanta's offense is back out on the field. As the game going on alongside ours on SFL YouTube, Queen City and Mexico City, that game's underway. Feel free to go check out that game, but maybe go picture in pictures and watch ours as well.
I like that idea.
Dynasty to throw on first down over the middle. Caught near the first down marker, and they're going to mark it just shy. So no home field advantage here for the Swarm as he's taken down by Parker Thomas.
And DJ Bandit did a very great job of just trying to cross that first down line, which I think he did, but it could be also the placement of the ball as well, because his feet went over, but I don't know if the ball did. So nonetheless, 2nd and inches.
Offset high behind Dynasty, hand off near side, BDG, and BDG finds a hole. Excellent blocking toward the near side as 134 meets another 34 as Sean Allen brings down BDG.
Yeah, and it looked like Arizona brought everyone and their mothers to the line to prevent BDG from getting that first down yardage. But a great job by the offensive line just to drag themselves to the right side to give that blocking for Hollywood.
BDG gets the call again. He's met in the backfield. Loss of 1. Screaming down from their linebacker spot was Sean Moore.
Yeah, it's a great play recognition. Seeing that they were going to go opposite side on the run, going with another run this time, a stretch play to the left for BDG, and Moore basically called it from the stretch and got to Hollywood on the spot.
Offset single back in the direction of the near side. Is BDG. Dynasty to throw over the middle, finds a hole in that zone, picks up about 6 yards, and is eventually marked and ruled down at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, and Dynasty did a good job to lead that throw to Bandit, basically telling him, this is where I want you to catch it. And Bandit did a good job to reach for that football and kind of just secure it as he was going down for that 6-yard gain.
BDG on 3rd down is going to be stopped 2 yards shy. Hall of Famer Eddie Gage comes up with the stop, and on comes the punting unit for the 2nd time for Atlanta.
Man, how many times in his illustrious career have we seen Eddie Gage just lay the hammer on big 3rd down plays, as it looks like Atlanta's going for it, maybe looking to jump on this Arizona defense a bit here.
Down by 7, they could eventually go for it. Only 2 yards shy of the sticks. Dynasty.
Yeah, they're going through the counts.
5 seconds on the play clock, is just going to wait his time and call a timeout. And now comes out the punting unit for Atlanta, as we've seen a couple of teams do this this past week here, Brett. And I think it's better if they do it here in this first half rather than the second half, because we saw it come to bite another team in the back if they were to do that same type of run out the clock and call a timeout in the second half.
Oh, absolutely, and it's not just another team. We've seen it on multiple occasions just on week 1 alone, just the jitteriness from the first game of the season to get things going, and you want to get that extra step ahead to maybe get a little bit of notoriety throughout the league, but you just got to keep your feet set.
Saw a fake punt that ended poorly for one team as well last week, but Atlanta's just going to play it safe, punt it away, and TJ Punk gets leveled at the 15-yard line.
Just absolutely rocked. Caught that ball, and Dwayne Riley, man on the spot, just laying those 2 hands. I don't think Punk even saw him after he caught that punt. Just what a rocking tackle there.
Shotgun set, 2 tight ends to the near side, 2 wide receivers to the far side of the formation. Jackson's going to look to throw, find one of her tight ends. That's Jay Hayden to the near side. Hayden turns the corner, picks up the first down to the 25-yard line before being ushered out of bounds by Moose Papineau.
Another flat route for Hayden to just be that tertiary option for Ashley Jackson to throw the football. And it seems like both times that Hayden's done a flat route, he's been open and he's had plenty of space to run. The last one was, I believe, 8 or 9, and this time it was a first down.
Moses gets the call here on a new set of downs, is only able to pick up 1, couldn't get through the big boys up the middle. BRV makes a tackle.
Yeah, and Atlanta looked to have a lot of players facing off against that offensive line, and Arizona couldn't find that opening for Moses. He basically had to find an opening for himself just to get a yard.
Bunch wide receivers to the near side. Jackson to throw. Looks far side. Open receiver caught. First down for Arizona. Ryan Owens picks up another reception. Check that. That's going to That's not Ryan Owens. That's Will Todd, the tight end, with the catch.
Yeah, that'll be his first catch of this evening as well. And this one, a deep out route. And again, Jackson throwing it essentially right after the cut happens and giving Todd enough space to kind of run down the sidelines and get a few extra yards past the first down marker.
Another good drive for Arizona as they're looking to cross midfield. 2 backs in the backfield, 2 wide receivers. Middle linebacker shows blitz, then backs off. Moses gets the call through the middle. The traffic in behind the line, and he's taken down behind the line. Couldn't get past Diamond Blackwell and Cree Higgins.
Yeah, there was 6 of the Atlanta defenders basically blitzing right away. So again, they're not giving Arizona that open space that they want to get DJ Moses going, which happened a lot in that last drive. So they're doing a great job of closing any gaps.
Second down, Jackson to throw over the middle into coverage, but it's caught. Very nice catch by TJ Punk, as that looked to be going straight to the defender.
Yeah, at first I thought that was possibly an interception just from the motions that we saw from I believe it was Chris Henry, who was again looking for interception number 4, once again getting involved in the play, but Punk manages to haul it down and get another first down for Arizona.
Split backfield here and another first down for Arizona. Through the middle goes DJ Moses as he's met after a gain of 3. Chris Henry along with Higgins on the stop.
Yeah, and the key for Atlanta's defense now is that we're seeing a lot of DJ Moses. It looks like they're going to keep feeding him the ball at least until the rest of this half. So their goal should be to make DJ Moses' life a little bit complicated and just swarm him.
First again to the line of scrimmage, but no further. Billy Ray Valentine with another stop on DJ Moses brings up third down.
It's another third down for Arizona, and again, they're going with DJ Moses on the second down runs, which has been, so far, I would say 65% effective throughout their last couple drives. This time, they're going to go empty set here with 3 on the top of your screen.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide receivers here on third down. Jackson to throw. Fires near side, and it's out of reach of Roscoe Justice. And on comes the punting unit for Arizona.
And it looked to be triple coverage on him as well. Don Fletcher was probably the main coverage guy on him, almost making an interception of his own and forcing a very crucial punt to occur just in this first half. And it gives Atlanta an opportunity to possibly get a little bit of momentum before the half ends.
Garcia's punt is away for Ryan Roosevelt to try and make a return. Tries to stutter step his way to the 20, makes his way out to the 21-yard line. Do you have a hot take? Want to show your appreciation for the SFL or show some love to your teammates? The SFL's new show, SFL Crunch Time, wants to hear from you. Post a video on Twitter with your take or shout out and use the hashtag SFL Crunch Time, and you may just appear on the show this week. Want more details? Direct message Josh Circle on Discord. We will see you in Crunch Time. Dynasty to throw here on first down. Looking near side. Caught for Ryan Roosevelt to the 43-yard line. Taken down right there at the 43. And no further as the tackle was made by Sean Allen and company.
Yeah, nice job of separation from Roosevelt as well, as he got a step ahead of his man and then cut to the corner, going to the sidelines, just giving him enough space for Dynasty to throw that ball right to him.
Power eye set for Atlanta here on second down. Dynasty looking for BDG out of the backfield. He cuts upfield, makes a man miss, and is breaking out of tackles and is finally taken out of bounds at the 45-yard line. BDG can make men miss in open field. You have to be a sure tackler to bring him down.
Yeah, you can't have popcorn on your hands or anything like that with anything slippery. So you got to have those hands to just bring BDG down, because any spin move and he's essentially gone. And he went through 2 spin cycles and got that first down, which is big for Atlanta, and also getting out of bounds too. But it looks like the clock keeps running.
Another power eye here for Atlanta, this time inside Arizona territory. BDG gets the call to the far side. Blockers in front, tries to spin out of any gauge tackle, but the Hall of Famer is having none of it.
Yeah, and it looked like Hunter Norwood and Alex Constantine was looking for Hollywood right away, but then just got nabbed by the offensive line.
2-minute warning here in the first half. Arizona with the lead. Atlanta marching down the field. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by 8 p.m. Music, live right here on Twitch. Defensive line shifts over, coming out of the 2-minute warning. I'm Tyler Falk alongside Brett Solberg. Dynasty takes a deep drop, throws it deep over the middle into coverage, and incomplete. Shot Allen comes up with the crucial deflection.
Yeah, it looked like Dynasty was looking to go for pay dirt there, and Shot Allen was the last man of defense on that pass, and he manages to keep with the receiver, get his hands on the football, and force a third down, which so far for Atlanta, as you can see on the screen, 0 for 3 so far. Their luck needs to turn around on those third down conversions.
Offset single back here on third down. They go to BDG, and BDG is folded like a lounge chair right at the line of scrimmage. Crunching hit from Joey Tropicana, trying to squeeze a little bit extra life out of BDG.
Yeah, Joey Tropicana just finding big plays on a lot of these third downs so far, halting any chance for Atlanta to get back in this game and possibly tie it. So nonetheless, a great job by this linebacking core from Arizona.
So they were 0 for 3 on third down. They go 0 for 4 here just in one half of action. Not a good stat line for Atlanta in the slightest, as Smith's punt is going to take a spiraling leap into the end zone, down for a touchback, and Arizona will start their 2-minute drill drive, or 1-minute 7 drill drive, right at their own 20-yard line.
And we've already seen within the last couple of games already tonight that a minute 7 is plenty of time to go down the field and get 6. So I think the goal here, if you're an aggressive Arizona team, is see if you can get 6 out of this.
Well, especially if your name is Marcus Dunhill, 27-26 in a thriller in Charleston. Handoff. DJ Moses through the middle, picks up 9 before he's eventually stood down by Moose Papineau.
Yeah, and Moses getting touch number 16 out of all this, 12 carries and 4 receptions out of him. So he's had plenty of work in this first half, almost getting to 100 all-purpose yards.
Power eye formation will be a handoff for Moses to the far side. Gets stuck behind Rivera for a split second. And that's the second time we've seen a running back get held up by their fullback trying to provide a lane for their halfback to flow through.
Yeah, and it's really tough because Terreno Rivera is a rookie, as well as Mitchell O'Brien, who is a 5-year veteran of this league, but sometimes it's tough to get that proper blocking, speaking myself as a wide receiver.
10 seconds to go here in the first half. No hustle from these Scorpions as Rivera gets the call through the air and is eventually taken out just shy of the line to gain, and it brings up second and inches with only 4 seconds to go here in the first half.
Yeah, and it seems like Arizona is kind of happy to be at this 10-3 lead, and they want to take it to the locker rooms, because only allowing 3 points against a potent team like Atlanta in one half is pretty darn good. But we see 4 receivers up top right now.
They're going to try and throw it deep down the field. Pressure coming for Jackson, and she's going to pop it up into the air. And it's a popcorn machine as that one eventually falls to the ground. No 5-second rule here in the SFL. Incompletes the call. And the score heading into halftime is Arizona 10, Atlanta 3, as we take a look at the first half stats and get you ready for the second half. I think the time of possession really tells a good story, especially if you're Arizona, currently leading that category with 13 minutes 30 seconds of time of possession compared to Atlanta's 8.5.
Yeah, that's a full 5 minutes more than Atlanta, and 5 minutes can be a scoring drive essentially for either team, which is essentially the difference between the score as well. 7 points between these two, and right now Arizona is playing their game, which is that grinding kind of style. Rely on DJ Moses a little bit. Ashley Jackson's just getting those efficient passes, getting those first down passes like we saw in week 1, and Atlanta's got that kind of like bend, don't break defense, and so far it's only allowed 10 points. But this is right in the wheelhouse of Eddie Gage and how he likes to play football, kind of that smash mouth defense and kind of lull you to sleep offense. So for Atlanta, the big key here is to make it your game. Get Bryant Dynasty going a little bit here, find some open space for BDG, and I think they'll get back in this game.
And you mentioned it, trying to find open spaces for BDG. He really hasn't had a whole lot of big runs like we're used to seeing out of the Hall of Fame running back. Only about 24 yards today.
Yeah, and the longest was only 9 yards. Like that's not even a full first down marker for that one. So Arizona's defense has done a fantastic job on neutralizing such a great player as BDG Hollywood.
As we come back out of the break, we welcome you back into the Hive here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Tyler Falk. He's Brett Solberg, along with the pair of Marks in the stats truck. That'd be Mark Mello and Mark Chisholm. And our producer this evening is SFL Commissioner Cameron Irvine. Thanks for joining us on this Monday night of SFL football as Ryan Roosevelt gets his return all the way up to the 25-yard line. And that is where Atlanta will start their first possession of the second half.
Yeah, and the big key here on this first drive, I think, is to make some noise. If BDG isn't working it for you, you've got elite receivers, Falco, Chisholm, Roosevelt, DJ Bandit's been getting going here. We haven't seen Jamal Wooding yet out of in the first half, and he had a big game last week.
DG rocked to the backfield by Joey Tropicana. Nothing doing as BDG comes out of the break and is immediately set back on his backside.
Yeah, and that's a statement maker to start the second half on behalf of the Arizona defense. Joey Tropicana once again getting to BDG. That's going to be a living nightmare for him. BDG is going to have restless sleeps from here on out.
That'll come out with a bunch set to the far side as Arizona plays bump coverage. Bryant Dynasty looks near side for BDG as he tries to shake around Everett Garrison, and Joey Tropicana helps out Garrison to bring down the dangerous halfback.
Yeah, it seems like Tropicana is just keying in on BDG, just focusing on where he's going. And again, second time on this drive, he's right there at him to prevent anything to occur, anything big for BDG to occur.
3rd and 11 here for Atlanta. Bunch set again. Same side to the right. Dynasty steps up in the pocket, looking for his man out of the far side. That is cut for first down yardage. Honest Adobe comes up with the reception, first reception of the ball game.
And very nice patience from Dynasty as the receivers were going out on their designated routes, but a couple had to break away so they could get a little bit open. This time Adobe finds himself a little bit of space after cutting to the right, and Dynasty just finds him with some great patience.
Offset eye in the backfield, one wide receiver. Nickel look here from Arizona. Run, near side, nothing doing for BDG. Hunter Norwis is sit-down Hall of Famer.
Yeah, and this defensive line kind of wants to step in on a little bit of this BDG bullying, I guess you could call it. Hunter Norwood, with his first tackle of this game, ends up with a loss and basically just shouldering him down and saying, hey, you want to try me? Let's try.
You're like massive ground-shaking hits. This is the game for you in this defensive struggle. 2 wide receivers and 2 tight ends in the package. Dynasty looks to throw, steps up and fires. That is caught for a couple of yards, maybe 2 or 3 to Boo Chisholm.
No, we're not booing him because we hate him. It's because his first name is literally Boo. Atlanta needs to continue going with the pass here because you can see Arizona's defense is dead set on BDG. They just need to keep passing the football, and this is a decent start by getting it to Boo.
Dynasty to throw on 3rd and long. Pressure coming. Fires, tapped, and almost intercepted by Eddie Gage. He could have had his first career pick 6 in 16 seasons. However, it falls incomplete, and on comes the punting unit for the Swarm.
And how many times have we said that through 16 seasons? Eddie Gage almost getting a pick 6. It just breaks his heart every time that he's so close, but yet so far. But nonetheless, Arizona starts off with a nice defensive stand to start the second half.
Chris Smith on to punt it away to TJ Funk. Young makes a nice juke move to shake Dwayne Riley out of his shoes. They can only pick up maybe 2 yards on the return. Visit the SFL website at simulationfl.net for links to apparel from Sector 6, the official apparel provider of the Simulation Football League. And get SFL mini helmets from 97 Sports Promotions. Sector 6 features replica team jerseys and completely customized jackets, flags, t-shirts, and more. Get the gear the fans wear with Sector 6, 97 Sports Promotions, and the SFL. First play of the drive will be a pass to the near side for Rivera, the fullback. Picks up about 4 or 5 yards before he steps out of bounds.
Yeah, and it looks like it's a very inch your way forward kind of offense right now for Arizona. We saw it a lot throughout this second quarter with DJ Moses getting a lot of looks and Ashley Jackson throwing a lot of short passes. As you can see, 13 and 19, pretty good efficiency so far.
And Moses nowhere to go. Stopped in the backfield by Leo Jefferson and company.
Yeah, and if Atlanta's going to come back in this game, they need to stop DJ Moses right away, this is a good start here. Basically stopping him right on his tracks, forcing a third down situation where Arizona, they've been a little bit shaky as opposed to their last game here on these third down conversions.
Empty backfield, 4 wide receivers set for Ashley Jackson. She looks over the middle into coverage, tipped, follows around and falls incomplete. Aquanta Shine with Moose Papineau. Both can get their hands on the football, and so far today, we've had a couple of close calls, but neither quarterback has thrown an interception. So, I say to you, Mr. Brett Solberg, with neither quarterback having a touchdown nor interception in this tight contest, which breaks first? Which stat line gets a crooked number? The touchdown category or the interception category?
It's tough to say right now.
Turn from Ryan Roosevelt as he breaks out of a tackle. He just went east to west in a straight line and is taken down at the 35-yard line. And Atlanta's offense comes back onto the field as Brian Dynasty tells me to zip it about touchdowns and interceptions.
We here at the SFL broadcast booth, we have our opinions, and you have your opinions as well in the chat, as well as on your football team. We just try to make things entertaining here up in the booth with my crappy jokes and Tyler's inside information.
There we go. 4 wide receivers, 3 in a bunch set to the top of the screen. Dynasty in the pocket, looks to throw, finds BDG Hollywood, and he can't get beyond the line of scrimmage. Sean Moore comes up with the tackle.
Yeah, and if it isn't Joey Tropicana, so far it's Sean Moore that's finding BDG right and stopping him in his tracks for no gain. I'd like to see some deep action here from Dynasty here. Maybe get yourself a deep throw out of this on this next second down play.
Offset single back set. Dynasty looking to throw, steps up and fires. That is caught. Boo Chisholm was completely silent in the first half, now has 2 catches here in the second half.
Yeah, and right now it's looking to be the receiver choice for Bryant Dynasty as Chisholm finds a very nice post route and a little bit of extra space. Dynasty threading the needle a little bit to get to Chisholm and a key first down for this Atlanta offense that's been a little bit stagnant over the last, I would say, 10 minutes.
To point something out, this is a week 2 matchup between Atlanta and Arizona, and we're over 100 viewers here on Twitch, so thanks to everybody joining us as Chisholm makes another grab for 4 yards and inside Arizona territory.
And they go with the cross route on this one for Chisholm, and Chisholm's got that speed after that cross to get himself open, and Dynasty again kind of threads it past the defensive line to get to Chisholm on that nice 4-yard gain.
2 wide receivers to the right as Dynasty goes into the gun. Has time, and it quickly evaporates on him. Taken down for a huge sack, and it's none other than Dede Sacks coming up with the big tackle.
Yeah, and this guy, we've seen a lot of sacks from him. Give him 51 on his career. He's top 20 amongst all-time leaders in sacks. So it's an inevitability with these two offenses that a sack was going to occur to Dynasty, and this time it was DD.
14-7, the game going over on SFL YouTube as that game hits the third quarter. Dynasty near side on the corner route. It's incomplete. The coverage by Everett Garrison was on point to knock it away from Boo Chisholm.
And it's not a bad idea, but it ended up being double coverage after Dynasty basically kind of just floated in the air. Perhaps maybe a little bit more of a laser pass ahead. The spacing's a little bit too close. So good decision on Dynasty to kind of throw it into a spot for Chisholm to catch, but unfortunately it just doesn't happen. And again, another third down conversion not occurring for Atlanta, and they have to punt the football away.
A couple of Atlanta players wanted pass interference. I didn't see anything that looked kind of like that. I know there's a pretty bang play as you see it in real time, but in the replay, it didn't look like that at all as Chris Smith sends it on its way to TJ Punk, who tries to make a man miss and is taken down at the 24-yard line as Arizona's offense gets another chance. And it's been rather stagnant for quite a while since the beginning of the second quarter when Arizona made that field goal. That was the last time we saw either team come up with any points. It's been 6 straight punts if you don't count Arizona's drive right before half.
Yeah, and if you see the team stats there, basically the difference between the two is that Arizona's having a slightly better rushing game in comparison. So yeah, very stagnant between these two.
Jackson looking for it all, and it's picked up. There's the first crooked number in the stat column, and it goes Atlanta's way. Jack Napier comes up with a pick, and Atlanta is in excellent field position to begin the drive.
Yeah, and it looked like Arizona was lulling Atlanta to sleep with their play calling there, but this time they decided to go a little bit deep, and Jack Napier was ready to go on the first play of Arizona's drive, and for the first time in a while, Atlanta is in plus territory just from that interception alone, and I would have to feel they have to take advantage of what Napier's given them.
They'll start on the Arizona 41 in the power I. Dynasty to throw, looks for BDG out of the backfield. He tries to turn the corner and is dragged down by his legs as Tropicana comes at him from the front side. And has to be a 2-player tackle almost every single time on BDG.
It's a nice display of strength from BDG to inch himself. That was nearly going to be a net zero gain, but BDG doing a great job after the catch to just kind of drag himself down to a 6-yard gain, which is always positive on a first down play.
And off BDG through the middle, has a gaping hole, and he just scampers through and picks up the first down.
Yeah, like you said, gaping hole. Like, that's probably the most open hole that BDG has seen throughout this entire game. And it was a great job. I'm going to point out the tackle, Kevin O'Malley, on that gap, just opening it up enough for BDG.
Offset single back. Heavy set here for Atlanta on a new set of downs. Handoff, BDG escapes the tackler and is hit from behind as he was being chased constantly by Alex Constantine, but BDG finds his way forward for the first.
And I thought Constantine was going to get to BDG, but once BDG had that little bit of space, he kind of turned on the jets, and Constantine, for as speedy as he is large, he can't get to the same max speed as BDG, so there's a little bit of separation and a very vital first down as Atlanta gets inside the red zone.
Kind of trying to put some points on the board and tie this thing up. Dynasty looks to throw over the middle, somehow caught by Boo Chisholm. And they move the chains inside the red zone, down inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal.
And look who almost had that tip or interception there was Joey Tropicana again. He's been all over the place throughout this game. And Chisholm just has the right amount of spacing, gets in front of Tropicana to get that catch. And like you said, 1st and goal.
All right, set from the 7. BDG through the middle, spinning his way forward for a pickup of 3. Tropicana has to come up with another tackle.
Yeah, and is basically the last guy for BDG to beat in order to get 6, I feel. And Tropicana stops him right on his tracks. For Arizona, they need 2 more stops to prevent this game from being potentially tied.
From the 4, 2nd and goal. BDG on the call, through the middle, nothing doing as the Arizona defense blew that up at the line of scrimmage. Sean Moore, the other linebacker, with the stop.
Yeah, and it seemed like BDG kind of stuttered or hesitated a little bit, which might have been the difference between him and 6, and Sean Moore getting behind BDG and tackling him basically right at the line of scrimmage.
BDG, 5-step drop, pressure coming, finds a hole underneath the zone. It's Boo Chisholm, touchdown Atlanta.
Yeah, and that cross route was very successful for them throughout this game. We've seen Boo Chisholm with those 4 to 5 yard gains, and this is exactly where you kind of want to do that crossing route right when you're close to the goal line. And on a 3rd down, when BDG isn't getting it for you, you rely on Old Faithful, which has been Boo Chisholm, and they get 6, and they're an extra point away from tying it up.
Sammy Steele on to tack home the extra point. Holder is Rod Harris. Snap spot. Kick is up, and it is good, and we are all tied up at 10.
That's a drive exactly what Atlanta wanted. They finally broke through that Arizona Stonewall defense, and they finally got some points on the board after their second drive of the game led to a field goal, and they finally get some points on the board after what felt like a long time.
Sammy Steele gets us underway here in the 3rd quarter as TJ Punk was set to return from his own 1 yard line. Calls is blocking to the far side, breaks a tackle, and is finally brought down at the 27 yard line. And now Arizona, who had the lead since the 1st quarter, now in a tie ball game. It's right back to 0-0.
Yeah, and with a close, low-scoring game like this, the difference could be just an interception, which was in that last drive. So Ashley Jackson needs to be a little bit more cautious with their throws.
And Moses almost gets decapitated from the lineman over the middle.
Yeah, and Aquantis Shine doing a great job stopping Moses, because there was a big amount of space, and that could have easily been a 1st down run. But Shine doing a good job, just like, hey, you get down on the ground. We want you on 2nd down.
Heavy formation, 2 backs in the backfield in a split back set. 7 men in the box for Atlanta. Jackson to throw. Looks near side, tipped off the back of the defender and incomplete. Diamond Blackwell, I don't know if Diamond felt the ball on their back, but it rolls off and incomplete.
Oh, was that the football or a teammate's arm trying to help me up? I don't know what's going on here. Nonetheless, decent coverage from Diamond Blackwell. Just maybe didn't have the wherewithal to know that a football-sized football was on her back to get that interception, and now leads to a 3rd down again for Arizona.
Empty backfield, 4 wide. Jackson to throw over the middle. Caught. That is Will Todd for the 1st down.
Yeah, and they needed that there, because they didn't want their drive after Atlanta scoring to lead to another 3 and out. So a great job just to convert that 1st down, keep the chains going, keep the clock running as well, as we tick under 2 minutes left in the 3rd.
Only the 2nd 3rd down converted for Arizona. There's 2 of 7.
There's a jump.
Offsides, free play. Moses through the middle and fighting for extra yards down to the 50-yard line. They'll probably decline the penalty and take the 9-yard scamper from DJ Moses.
Yeah, give DJ Moses his yardage. That was a very nice run from him.
Joshua Williams with the infraction, and indeed, Arizona will decline the penalty. 9-yard gain for Moses to the 50-yard line.
It sets up a 2nd and 1, which is very much more favorable than a 1st and 5. So a clear decline of the penalty. Joshua Williams, for SFL All-Star back in season 14, just with a little bit of a jump there to cause that neutral zone infraction.
From midfield, minute 20 left to go here in the third quarter. Jackson looks to throw over the middle, caught and dropped by Ryan Owens. Incomplete pass.
Yeah, it looked like it was caught there, and it was a nice hit to bobble it out of his hands. A little bit of a lower body approach on that one as another one gets dropped there. Ryan Owens getting a little bit more involved, though, still in this game as he gets his 4th target.
Corners come up on the outside. 3rd and short for Arizona. Handoff. DJ Moses tries to bounce to the outside. Take it down from behind. Loss of 1. And it brings up 4th down as Williams makes up for the offsides penalty by taking down Moses in the backfield.
Yeah, that's the ultimate redemption arc for any defensive lineman after an offsides or a neutral zone infraction, is to limit anything from happening on the other side in an ensuing play. So great job by Joshua Williams.
And Ryan Garcia's punt is on its way. Ryan Roosevelt calls for a fair catch at his 17, and he hauls that one in. Atlanta, after the touchdown from Boo Chisholm on the last drive, now are in the driver's seat to try and take the lead after being behind since about midway through the first quarter.
Yeah, and Bryant Dynasty had a really good drive as well, finding his targets with efficiency, and BDG was finding enough space to just get those first down drives. I think they want a carbon copy of their last drive.
Dynasty, the throw looks for BDG out of the backfield. BDG turns upfield, spins away from 2 defenders, and Eddie Gage has to chase him down and take him down at the 47 or the 41-yard line. My goodness.
You can't do that, BDG. You just undressed 2 defenders with absolute ease. There goes 1 spin. There goes 2 spins. Just keeping with the spin cycle. Just it feels like near embarrassment when that happens when you're a defensive player. But look at this. Woo-wee. Look at those spin moves from BDG. You just have to sit there and just mouth agape in awe of his ability.
And BDG near side, looking for more running room, and he's taken down eventually after a pickup of 3 yards. Everett Garrison brings him down.
Yeah, and then they saw that BDG had a nice run there.
That takes to the end of the third quarter. Get your 4s and 86s up in chat. You're watching the SFL on Twitch, presented by 8 p.m. Music. We want to remind you that 8 p.m. Music is unrivaled music to bring your stories to life, inspiring every production with the world's most robust and constantly refreshed music collection, state-of-the-art technology, and world-class customer service. 8 p.m. Music is the official soundtrack of the Simulation Football League. To explore their library and to find the perfect tracks for your projects, visit 8pmmusic.com. BDG on the call again, spinning away from tackles, and BDG is off to the races. Eddie Gage trying to bring him down. He won't get there. BDG, who had been stagnant this entire game, first play of the fourth quarter, makes a house call.
You give that man enough space, he's going to give you 6. BDG Hollywood, just again with the spin moves, I just sit here in absolute awe. Like, I wish I could do those spin moves after catches, but here's BDG just doing this effortlessly, and it looked like Eddie Gage was gonna catch him breaking past that second line of defense, but BDG just turns on the jets, and you just see him running, and Eddie just can't get to him. And now Atlanta has that important lead, and I believe all the momentum is on their side now.
And we say it all the time. There is no substitute for speed, and there is no substitute for Hall of Fame quality talent. BDG to the house, puts his club up by 6. Sammy Steele looking to make it 7. Snap spot, kick is up, and it is good from Sammy Steele. 17-10. Atlanta with the lead here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, and it gets a little bit a sweat starting to form from the offensive players Arizona here because, again, it's another successful drive for Atlanta. 2 straight out of this one to get 14 quick points, I must say, and get that lead, and they're going to have to respond.
Sammy Steele gets us going again. TJ Punk on the return. Out of the 20, tries to cut it back inside and is stopped at the 24-yard line. And Arizona, at one point, led it 7-3, eventually 10-3, going into half, are now behind by 7. It's not looking good for Arizona, though they have plenty of time to tie up this football game, if not take the lead.
Oh, absolutely. But this Atlanta defense has just been on par throughout the second half.
Moses gets the call, can't get past the line of scrimmage as he was taken down right there by Chris Porter.
Yeah, and case in point, the defensive line for Atlanta is doing a fantastic job of stopping DJ Moses. He's been getting a lot of touches out of this. That's carry number 18 for him, and it looks like they're putting Moses at the sidelines as they go 4 wide.
9 defenders on the line of scrimmage. Jackson looks to throw over the middle. That is caught. Will Todd on the reception. That's the one safety valve. Or excuse me, that's Will Todd. I was going to say, that's the one safety valve that Ashley Jackson has been able to find on with regular sort of ease throughout the whole ball game.
Yeah, and so far so good when you get to Will Todd. That was an all slants on all 4 receivers, and Todd was the lucky receiver to get himself open, and there's a first down for Arizona.
All right, Moses on the call, has blockers, but the blockers were a little bit too far in front as he's taken down, only picking up 2 yards. They want to shine on the stop.
Yeah, and now the linebackers are getting involved with Atlanta's defensive stopping of DJ Moses as Moses gets another carry out of this. They're really trying to get him going and kind of respond to that big BDG run. So we're going to have to see what the second down entails.
Jackson takes a 5-step drop and fires over the middle into coverage, and it's a fantastic deflection from Jay Miraculous, and it brings up another third down.
Yeah, and Atlanta's knowing that Arizona kind of wants to get back in this game quickly as we see a deep post route to the middle of the field. This time Miraculous getting his hands on the football, and it sets up a third down in which Arizona has only converted 2 out of their 8 or 9 so far in this game.
5 wide receivers here for Arizona, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Jackson to throw on third down, looking over the middle, into coverage, tipped and incomplete. He was trying to find Ryan Owens. It fell incomplete, deflected away, and Jay Miraculous, who had the deflection on second down, is slow to get up.
And that would be a big potential loss on that secondary core. And it just looked like something pulled on that run right away as he was trying to catch up with his complimentary receiver. And if he's out for the rest of the game, Arizona might have to take advantage of that side of the field.
So Jay Miraculous parts for now. We'll get you an update from him as that detail becomes available. But for now, they force Arizona to punt. Ryan Garcia on for his next punt, down for Ryan Owens. He's been pretty busy today. Ryan Owens from the 29 cannot get past Parker Thomas. And that is where the Swarm will start their next possessions. We take a quick look again at those stats totals. And one thing that's not on there, Brett Solberg, is time of possession. It is swung in favor of Atlanta.
Yeah, and Atlanta had a very nice long drive their last time, and it finished with a big 50-yarder from BDG. So I would like to think they're going to keep milking this clock here.
Start on the shotgun. They're going to look to pass on the first play of the drive. Pass outside, caught Boo Chisholm, who had the touchdown earlier in the ball game, picks up a gain of 5.
Nice, safe forward progression on this first down, going with an out route to their most reliable target so far in Chisholm, and they get the nice 5-yard gain, which any coordinator or head coach would say is a successful play.
This game, the closer of the two in this block, as Queen City has a substantial 13-point lead over Mexico City. Who would have thought after the week one from Queen City? BDG again to the near side as Eddie Gage comes up with a tackle this time around, but he scampers inside Arizona territory down to the 42.
There's one thing you don't want to have, especially when you get to late stages of the game, is getting BDG going. And BDG is going right now with another key run. This time Eddie Gage stops him in his tracks, kind of intercepting him on the middle of the run there. So it stops a potential touchdown, but Atlanta still has the football in plus territory.
BDG, who had close to maybe 30 yards in the first half, is just a few yards shy of 100. Pass over the middle is caught, fighting their way for extra yardage is DJ Bandit.
Yeah, and DJ Bandit is the tight end of choice this week for Bryant Dynasty as he gets his third reception on this one for a nice 9-yard gain, sets up a very short 2nd and 1 situation, which I think they might go with BDG again here.
Miscalculated on BDG. He already has over 100 yards, close to 120 in fact, as he adds to that total maybe about 5 more yards here on this carry before he's corralled by Eddie Gage and company.
Yeah, and it just seems like this offensive line for Atlanta has really stepped up in terms of just giving BDG that space down the field and moving at the right times for these stretch plays, and BDG is getting the rewards out of that. No problem whatsoever.
117 officially, 2 wide receivers. They go BDG again, stood up and planted into the turf. What a hit by Mark Mello.
Yeah, and we've been waiting for Mark Mello to make his appearance into this game. He's been very much neutralized by the offensive line, but you give him a chance, he's going to give you a spine buster of a tackle. Just an amazing hit from Mark Mello.
I'm kind of surprised there isn't a big old chunk of the field taken out as BDG got up from the turf, but he is back up in the backfield providing a block. There's on this play for Dynasty to throw to the near side, caught, and that's our first Jamal Wooding sighting.
Yeah, and Jamal Wooding had a big week last week, so it's a little bit surprising that this is only his first target and first reception of the day on a nice out route to get themselves in a decent distance between them and the first down marker.
From the 23-yard line, 3rd down for Atlanta. Dynasty looks near side and spinning, and with an incredible behind-the-back deflection is Iverson Gamble, and that sets the field goal unit to take the field.
And I would say that's a pretty risky throw from Dynasty as well, because Iverson Gamble was behind his man the whole time, and on those out routes, you can't have the secondary player behind the receiver, and it was either going to hit his noggin or it was going to hit his hand on that turnaround. But nonetheless, we see the field goal unit out for 40.
Sammy Steele from about 40, maybe 39 yards from the right hash as they allow the clock to tick down. Snap spot, kick is up from Steele, and it is through the uprights. Good from 39 yards out, and it's a 10-point lead for the hometown Swarm. Coverage of the Simulation Football League on Next Level Sports continues next Saturday, January 29th at 6 p.m. Eastern. An old rivalry is renewed when Vancouver heads to Jacksonville for what promises to be another epic shootout between the 2 playoff regulars. Then, either Baltimore will face Fort Worth or DC will take on Lone Star. Bonus coverage early includes London and Mexico City. Visit NLSE.com to find Next Level Sports in your neck of the woods. DJ Punk's going to get his return started from about his own goal line. He scampers up through the middle of his blockers, is eventually taken down at the 26-yard line. Arizona need to get on their horse. They've been, I think, hibernating a little bit here in these winter months.
Maybe a little bit too much at this point of the game, but now down 2 scores. I would believe that this drive, they would want to make this quickly on the other side of the field as quickly as they can.
4 wide receivers, 3 in a bunch set to the top of the screen. Jackson throws near side. That is caught for a gain of about 7.
A good start. Nice medium out route. And getting Connor Weston a catch here. Need to get those wide receivers involved. Get a little bit, maybe a little bit deeper maybe some post routes or something like that, just to get that momentum back a little bit and have that Atlanta defense second guessing their decisions.
Only his first catch of the ball game. Hand up. Moses, far side, spins into the interior of the defense. Does pick up the first down to the 42 before he's taken down by Chris Henry.
Very nice stretch play on the right side. The offensive line doing their job to kind of just drag their feet to the right side and give Moses that space to get the run going, because DJ Moses is just as deadly as BDG on the ground. So if you can give him space, he's going to get you some major yards.
He's closing in at 100 yards here in the ball game on the ground. 4 wide receiver set. Moses departs the field for now. Jackson hit as she releases, incomplete, and that's Joshua Williams with another pressure, and Jay Miraculous, well, he's going to be out for the rest of the ball game.
Yeah, you saw that there. That's a torn Achilles. But with our special medical field team out there, he'll be back next week, no problem whatsoever. So if you're Arizona, I would think you want to throw to where Miraculous has been throughout the game, which might be on that left side.
They spread the field with 5 wide receivers here on second down. Jackson fires over the middle, nearly picked off. She was looking for D. Rose, and with there in on the coverage was Jay Rock.
And the other Jay is looking to step up on the secondary unit here as Miraculous is down and Rock finds himself just inches away from a potential pick six, as he had his feet going the other way as he was trying to catch that.
Empty backfield, 4 wide receivers for Ashley Jackson. The throw on third down. Over the middle, finding her receiver. That is caught. Great grab from TJ Punk, and they move the sticks.
Great catch from Punk, but an even better throw from Ashley Jackson. That was basically a near impossible window to kind of throw it over the hands of J-Rock once again, get involved in that passing play, but this time Punk manages to get his hands outreached for that catch, and it moves the chains for Arizona as they continue to trot down the field.
176 yards on the day, does have that one lone interception and no touchdowns on the day for Jackson. Still looking for her first touchdown in season 18. Moses gets the call on the screen pass, picks up 4, and they're going to hurry back to the line, go into the hurry up.
I don't know if this is the place that you want to go hurry up in, though.
Jackson to throw. Again for Moses. This time Moses taken down behind the line by Cree Higgins. Loss of a couple. 3rd down and 8.
This is big.
Jackson changed the play up at the line. Back to throws. It's the screen pass. Moses trying to fight forward is a yard shy of the line to gain.
Yeah, and this is going to be decision time for the coaching staff here. Do they want to go for 4th down with 4 and a bit left to go and see if they get a bigger chance?
Are down by 10. A field goal would put them back within 1 score, and that is what they are going to do. 51-yard attempt for Cliff Allen. This will be his longest of the season.
I think he's got the leg for it.
Snap spot. Kick is on its way. It is off the board in. A fortuitous doink falls the Arizona way.
Yeah, and it was on that backside of the post, which is what you want as a kicker. That was just barely enough for the 3 points. And it looks like they're going to go for the onside kick right away, which I think might be the smart decision.
See if they can recover. 4:16 on the clock. Allen's high bounce is going to be corralled. A good catch from Don Fletcher, and Atlanta take over in Arizona territory.
Yeah, and at this point with 4:15 left to go, I'm thinking a heavy dose of BDG is going to occur until at least the 2-minute warning, and they're going to try to milk this clock as much as possible.
7-point ball game. Atlanta with the lead, needing to milk as much clock as possible. And BDG through the middle has blockers, and he's going to be down after a scamper of 7. Eddie Gage in on the stop.
And it looked like he jumped over Hunter Norwood right when he got the ball. So great awareness from BDG to keep it going after just leaping over the first defensive tackle and get a very nice 7-yard gain out of that.
We're going to see Atlanta take as much time out of this clock, probably snap with about 5 seconds to go. Power eye behind Bright Dynasty. They will snap. BDG tries to go through the middle, cannot muster more than maybe 2 yards as he's taken down by a couple of Scorpions, one of them being Parker Thomas.
Yeah, and you have to think on this third down, they're going to go with BDG one more time. So for Arizona, they need to lock down and very much so stop BDG behind the line and possibly force a very long field goal attempt for Sammy Steele out of this. And Atlanta's doing the right thing with 2 fullbacks in front of BDG.
Another power eye set, 3rd and short. And BDG far side into the backfield, down at the 36-yard line. A crucial stop for Arizona. D.D. Sachs comes off the edge to bring BDG down to the backfield.
And that might be out of field goal range for Atlanta as well. So they can't get. I don't think they're going to get any points out of this. They're probably going to try to pin Arizona deep. So this is a lifeline given to Arizona by the hands and legs and feet of D.D. Sachs with that big tackle for loss.
Chris Smith, the punter, comes out indeed. D.D. Sachs saves it from being possibly a 10-point game and possibly will keep it a 7-point game if special teams can go their way. But it's crucial, and Arizona will start near midfield. It's all coming up Arizona late in the ball game.
That defense, unbelievable. That's Parker Thomas with the block after getting a crucial stop on 3rd down. Thomas finds himself with the special teams, gets a nice jump and blocks the punt and gives Arizona such great field position with just over 2 to go.
He was shot out of a cannon there on the far side, and they hurried to the line with 5 wide receivers. Jackson to throw. Fires far side. Intercepted! It was deflected into the waiting arms of the defender, J. Rock, with the pick.
Talk about back-to-back phenomenal plays for both teams. First, the block happens, and you think that all the momentum's on Arizona's side, and then here comes J-Rock, which we haven't talked about a lot in this game, just in this 4th quarter where he has stepped up crucially, and he gets another big interception here. We've seen a big interceptions throughout his career, but this one might be the biggest of them all.
It's only week 2, Brett Solberg. My goodness, are you having a couple of extra games tonight? BDG is stopped after maybe a pickup of 2 by the Scorpions. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Atlanta trying to keep hold of this lead. They lead by 7. Arizona have 3 timeouts. They might get the ball back. We'll find out what happens when we come back. You're watching the Simulation Football League, presented by 8 p.m. Music on Twitch. The Hive is buzzing here in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm Tyler Falk. He's Brett Solberg. Huge shout out to the pair of marks in the stats truck, Mark Mello and Mark Chisholm. Handoff. BDG will go backwards, and Arizona calls their first timeout. That's exactly what you're looking for. Again, it's D.D. Sachs and company to bring him down.
And you have to think it's a little bit demoralizing for the Arizona defensive line to get back out on the field just one play after an amazing stand from the defensive line. So they're going to have to do this one more time, and I'd have to think it's going to be another run to BDG as they go split backs.
Probably don't want to give anything away to Arizona. A run would be the safest option. They're going to throw. Dynasty over the middle. It is caught. First down. Arizona's defense cannot hold effectively on that play. Arizona call their second timeout. Atlanta move across midfield, and they are a few seconds away from possibly winning this football game.
Yeah, and I think a bit of Arizona was expecting a third run happening, but they decided to go pass, and the safeties were maybe a little bit too deep and left the middle wide open, which gave Atlanta that huge first down. And now Arizona, with one timeout left, needs to make another bit of crucial stops.
Ryan's asking in the chat, did I do good? I would say so. Hand off BDG far side. Escapes Hunter Norwood, but is eventually brought down after picking up 2 yards. Arizona call their third and final time out. And now begins the kneel downs, I would have to imagine.
It's either the kneel downs or get a guaranteed first down out of this, because if they can get that first down, I'm pretty sure it'll be game out of them. But they're going to go victory formation nonetheless.
So if my maths are correct, Arizona might have about 20, maybe 10 seconds to make something happen at the end of this football game. But for now, Atlanta takes a knee, and here comes the dwindling clock. Indeed, probably about minute 10 when they snap it again.
And if anyone has Bryant Dynasty on their fantasy SFL football team, you might not like him taking knees for these 1-yard losses and reducing his overall fantasy pointage. But nonetheless, this is the safe option for Atlanta as they try to dwindle down the clock as little as possible for the Scorpions.
Another kneel down from Bryant Dynasty as the clock will begin to tick under a minute. As on comes the punting unit. The next play will be hiked at around 30, maybe 40 seconds. So it'll give about 30 seconds to Ashley Jackson to try and make something happen. Again, the biggest story in this offseason, Brett Solberg, was the departure of their 2-star wide receivers, the Hans brothers, James and Donnie. Now they bring in Connor Weston and Ryan Owens to try and fill the gap at the last second. Can any of these Scorpions make a play that'll tie up this football game? We're going to have to see. Punt is on its way from Chris Smith. TJ Punt stands at about his 10-yard line to try and make the return. Bounces it to the 20-yard line with 23 seconds to go. They're 80 yards away from possibly tying up this football game.
I think the bigger question in my head is whether or not Tyler Falk can handle another huge play resulting in possibly tying the game or not, because we've seen the nail biter that was earlier on, and if it happens again, I feel like he might go into cardiac arrest.
Go check out that Charleston and Jacksonville game if you haven't seen already. Pass over the middle, caught. First down, pick up about 15. Clock continues to run.
They need to get quick here.
Hurry back to the line and possibly spike the ball. 13 seconds and counting for Ashley Jackson. Quick snap, 12 seconds as the clock stops. Probably can't do that little dink and dunk again as the clock will probably run out.
Yeah, if they do that dink and dunk, they maybe have 2 seconds left, and I don't think it's gonna be enough range for a creative play. They would have to go Hail Mary on it, so they're gonna have to go deep on this play. I'm looking for possibly Ryan Owens, who they've targeted 5 times and has only had 1 catch.
The 35-yard line, Jackson deep over the middle is caught. It's picked off, and Atlanta is going to win this football game. Chris Henry had 3 picks a week ago. Gets a pick here against Arizona, and Atlanta will start season 18 2-0.
Yeah, and that's basically the last nail in the coffin in this game. Atlanta doing a fantastic job in the second half, stopping DJ Moses, who had all the momentum in that first half, and getting this final interception, causing Ashley Jackson to throw her 3rd interception in this game, which is very unorthodox. She's very efficient, but in the second half, just couldn't do it here.
So Atlanta avenges their quarterfinal exit from Season 17's playoffs with a victory here at home against the Scorpions. 20-13 your final score as Atlanta takes home the victory. And next week, they're going to go and take on a 1-1 St. Louis ball club.
Yeah, and this game, I think it was a tale of 2 halves, because Arizona was basically dominant throughout that first half. And then in this second half, it was very much an awakening for Atlanta, and they found themselves back in this game with 2 back-to-back touchdown drives that basically almost sealed the deal. The kick for the 51-yarder helped it as well. But nonetheless, a great job from Atlanta in the second half to shut down the necessary players, which essentially was Ashley Jackson and DJ Moses, and the awakening of BDG Hollywood in the second half as well with that big 50-yard run. So there's a lot of things to take away from both teams here. but I think the biggest thing here is that it was a tale of two halves.
Absolutely, and that can only be described possibly, or one of the ways it could be described is in the time of possession. Average time of possession, or total time of possession for Atlanta through quarters 1 and 2, roughly about 4.5 each quarter. For the third and fourth quarter, the total time of possession for Atlanta was about 7.5 minutes for both the third and the fourth quarters. So Atlanta controlled the second half of football. And now, Brett, we just got to talk about who the player of the game is today.
I'm giving it to BDG. I don't know about you. He was effective on like every aspect of the game throughout the second half. He was making some key swing pass catches, and he huge spin moves and runs. Like just an amazing effort from him throughout the second half.
Massive shout outs to the defense there. Jack Napier, Jay Rock with the tipped interception, and Chris Henry had the interception to seal the game. Defense played lights out. Though I'll go with you on this one, Brett Solberg. I think Bryant Dynasty was fantastic. Definitely was the catalyst for the late game and provided the spark that the Swarm needed to come out and win this football game. Arizona moves to 1-1, and Arizona is going to be facing Las Vegas as they look to try and amend things after this loss here to Atlanta. Player of the game, as chosen by the pundits, is none other than BDG. 125 yards on 26 attempts, 1 touchdown and 15 receiving yards. Absolutely stellar performance for BDG in this one, as we will say so long for now from the Hive here in Atlanta. A huge shout out to the Marks, Mark Mello and Mark Chisholm, Commissioner Cameron Irvine, our producer, and of course my partner, Brett Solberg. Thanks for joining us here in Atlanta. We have more football coming up tonight in the 9 o'clock block. Hope to see you then. Till then, folks, good morning, good afternoon, and good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Later.